Good morning. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, guys. I know it's been a very long time since I made the last video, but I have some alpha to deliver. So let's go get right into it. If you feel like you are missing anything, feel free to go watch the last video. Look for NVDA and you can see what we had on the charts. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically go over what I'm looking at right now and what I'm thinking, and feel free to use this information to your advantage. I am not telling you what to do with your money. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do with my money, and you can do what you want with that information accordingly. We are looking at Nvidia. Right now, Nvidia is on a massive tear. Here's the monthly chart. But as you can see, last month we had a nasty rejection wick. Month before that, we put in a bearish engulfing. We went and took out the liquidity above that, but we still have this massive double month of rejection. And now you are doing another bullish engulfing. Now, anyone who's trading, you can see that this looked like a distribution. People got short squeezed out. This looks like a double top, in my opinion, almost like a head and shoulder forming. Where the target will be, well, since we are in an uptrend, I am not looking for us to go underneath $150. In matter of fact, $150 is kind of where I'm looking at to enter, to get into this asset for the next upside push. One of my good friends and business partners just told me that Nvidia apparently figured out the cooling situation for their GPUs for this AI revolution. So this is why I kind of decided to take a look at the stock. As he's giving me this bullish news, I see that right now we're looking like a distribution setup with the head and shoulder setup. So let's go over some technicals. The fundamentals, you guys know Nvidia is like everywhere. They actually own a good chunk of all the other companies in the industry, and they are literally taking money and cycling it amongst each other. So there's a lot of money in AI, and it's only going to continue to grow. I'm keeping my eye on that, like how the crypto boom occurred. A lot of these tech stocks like Micron, Maxwell, what else is there? There's Marvel. Did I say Maxwell? I meant Marvel, Intel, Apple, all the chip producers right now is where my eyes are at. I'm watching chip producers, okay? And then I'm looking at nuclear energy providers, because all of these things are going to need energy. That's one of the largest constraints. That and like the keeping the GPUs cool. Like when you were, if any of you are miners, you remember how that works. So that's like where the overhead's at, is the replacement of the GPUs every 6 months, because the technology is quickly outdated. The heat dissipation of those GPUs, you need to vent those areas, and it costs money to do that. And then powering all of the GPUs, which basically require a lot of power. I don't know how some people have like AC to cool it. Some people are doing liquid cooling. A lot of AI factories are consuming a lot of water, so that's another, natural resource going away to the tech world. So be aware of all of that stuff moving forward, guys. There are stocks to be considered for water, nuclear energy, as well as chips, as well as AI in general, like with people with like algos and stuff. So back to this. These are the previous fibs that we had. Okay, I don't know if you guys see, but I was already looking for a short around $215. My stop loss was around 217. It obviously, I never took this short, but that blow off top is why I'm looking now for where can we go into uh, basically conforming support, right? So if we go to a weekly time frame, you can see that right now we're already sitting on weekly support, which is the 21 EMA, at around $200 a share. And I already told you I'm looking for my entry around 150. This little doodle I've had here for months. Let me make that orange. And that's kind of the range that I'm looking to accumulate Nvidia in when the time comes into this range. Let me just do this for you guys right here. In that pocket is kind of where I'm looking to accumulate it. Do, 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 do. How do I make this? There you go. Green. There you go. So this is where I'm looking for the liquidity grab right under 160. Under 160 to 140, I will be trying to accumulate Nvidia, hoping that's where this distributional top will come find support. Now, this is only if we get weekly open and closes underneath $200, okay? After the $200 level is broken, I'm looking for the next level of support to be around, what is this number? 174, yeah, around 174 to 180, between 180 to 175. We're trying to see if that is going to be the support off the 55 EMA. You can see when you touch into this level on a weekly, you get a nice little spring. This was one time that we went underneath the 55, massive push to the upside, basically catching all these shorts off guard. Previously, you don't really even come and touch the 55 EMA. So this was a possible reversal, rejected. This was a possible reversal, rejected. That's 2 attempts. The third attempt more than likely will come through, okay? Just be aware that the liquidity here, this buyer is defending his price. He did it right here. He defended his price right here. Now he's probably distributing at this top, and now he's going to look for levels of support before he accumulates his asset right back up and continues up in a uptrend. That's the bullish scenario. The bearish scenario would be to come take out liquidity underneath his previous buy over here. Okay? If you start losing this level, that's when you know danger is here. Underneath $100, which is that's a 50% drop, guys. Do I think Nvidia is going to lose 50%? If Nvidia loses 50%, what does that mean for the indexes? Because Nvidia is in S&P and I don't know, maybe NASDAQ. Your whole retirement portfolio will come down 50% with this, because this is like almost 10% of the entire market right now. Nvidia and all the other tech sector, FANG, whatever you want to call it. So just be aware. I'm going to remove these doodles. This is not something we need. You just need to know that, hey, this is where the last liquidity grab was, between 84 to 100. He accumulated here. This was the accumulation for the inverse head and shoulder. And we can keep an eye on this for future. Shoot. Don't draw here. Keep this on the chart for future. We don't need this because I already know that I'm trying to liquid grab this. I'll leave that here. We don't need this big doodle. That's going to take a lot of time to occur. Remember, from here all the way to here, that's September of 2027. That's almost a year of a downward grind that's possible before the next upside. And that's if it stops here. If it goes deeper, it's going to be you're looking for double bottoms if it goes deeper to prove that, hey, we're not making lower lows. It's going to be a higher low, and you'll have that trend line into an expanding wedge consolidation breakout to take the liquidity above here. Because right now, all the real money is sitting right here in stop losses as they're trying to short it to the downside. That's why you're getting such a strong short reaction. Now, these people, like myself, if I would have shorted this, I would have taken some profit right here at 200, and my next take profit is going to be at 180. And then after that, I could just have a stop loss around 185, 190, and let this run as low as it wants to go before my stop loss gets taken out, right? I can let this trade run as long as I'm in profit with my stop loss and profit after I take my first take profit, and after my second take profit, heck yeah, I'll leave 25% of my position running until it gets stopped out completely. That's kind of like how I would assume to take this trade. Keep in mind, Nvidia is a market darling. To short Nvidia is dangerous, is what I would say. This is the same thing I was talking about with the SpaceX short. Let's get out of this, and now let me show you guys SpaceX and how I was looking at that and what we should expect. SPCX. I think my doodles, yeah, so my doodles are already here, but you can understand that this stock has no history, right? So we have to go to a lower time frame. Here's the daily, nothing. 4 hour, nothing. Let's just go to a 30-minute chart. Here's your 30-minute chart. And this is where we were looking for the first short. Okay, when SpaceX first opened, this was the short I was looking for. And I kind of screenshotted this to everyone. And look at this. So we were looking for the liquidity grab all the way to 140, but it would kind of got front run right at 150, 160, and we got that upward push. But look, the liquidity grab occurred right after, right? Right to the 147, right to the 143. This is where the area I was looking for the upside reversal. And that's kind of where I'm trying to get at right now, okay? So SpaceX is going to open. Let me go to a 2-hour chart. Can I see it a little bit better? Here's SpaceX on a 2-hour chart. We had great volume buying up. Once we got to the top, the volume, all this volume that here, all this was the trap. So this is where all the people were basically trapped with their short, and they basically let all the SpaceX original IPO buyers and as well as the people who've been in SpaceX for a while privately all got to cash out, and they basically caused this to the downside to test right back into where it IPO'd. Now, more than likely, we are going to go under the IPO price again, okay, which is around 150. Underneath 150 is where I'd be looking to accumulate. Just because of the fact that the original buyers, until they get tested, I am not confident for like real upside, because they need the opportunity to get out of their position before retail gets to get their attempt. So just keep that in mind, that right now, like, you should not panic with this going under 150. I have my alert over here, 143, ironically. So underneath 143 is kind of like where I'll be looking to accumulate. I'll wait for that candle open and close underneath. I'll wait to see volume give me bullish divergence, at least on a 30-minute chart, give me some bullish divergence, and then I will take that action to basically take a long. Now, SpaceX has got to show, like, is this a profitable company? Let me see. Does SpaceX even have P&E yet? I will do this at another time. This is not the time to go over the technicals. But yeah, I don't know how profitable SpaceX is right now, but I'm pretty sure they're burning through money, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, like, their dream is real. The idea is great. How is their use of the money that they're getting from investors is what I want to see. Are they just cashing out their stock to basically get their payday? Because, like I said, Elon Musk is worth $2 trillion, or 1 trillion, but he's only worth it on paper. Unless he's sold over here, he has no cash. It's just, imaginary money. And what will he do? Well, he's gonna let the shorts pile on, and then he can help short squeeze by purchasing back what he sold at a lower price, just to freaking hurt these short sellers. That's why a lot of short sellers are scared to short SpaceX, is because they know like what's potential with SpaceX, which is what Elon did with Tesla anyway. So here's SpaceX, now here's Tesla. Let's look at it a little bit longer term. So Tesla, let's go to a monthly. Here's Tesla, right? Already at the top. This was a distribution phase, right? Look at this. Do I have my doodles here? Yeah, so my doodles are here. This is what I was looking for. Here's the distribution. Here, let's go to a weekly chart. So here's major liquidity here as short stop losses. So that they took that liquidity, and then comes the dump. Here's the fib to show you, like, this is where we were looking for the proper short. Here's the golden pocket for you to basically confirm the short. Well, this is the reverse. We wanted to look for the long on support. So this golden pocket, if it went underneath it, we would go for more liquidity to lower targets. The fact that it found the support here, it's basically trying to build that. So this head and shoulder, right? This head and shoulder with this Quasimodo left shoulder is now turning into an inverse head and shoulder. And here's your one shoulder right here. All we need to do for a continuation to the upside is not lose this level and use this to, here, bull flag, okay? what this needs to do is to bull flag from here in this consolidation pattern and break out. It needs to come back above here, get back above the 21 EMA, and then continue out to the targets. Because right now, all the liquidity is right above here. This is where all the money is at. That means the market will eventually float to the liquidity here after this liquidity was taken. This was major liquidity. Final support, local top, SFP short entry, right? So all the shorts were trying to short here, and they all got trapped to the upside. So that's what they need to do, is market this price up, and away to basically cause all the shorts liquidation and continue up to higher targets, basically above this level, which is where all the liquidity is at. So a better way to demonstrate this would be exactly what I did with this bull flag. I like my channels. Shift. And look, that wick actually went above the previous. Oops. This is where I would do this. This would be red. And that's kind of where I would be looking for the next liquidity grab. And you could just remove this. You can remove all these extra doodles, right? We don't need all this stuff because we know what we're looking for. All this extra stuff, let it go for now. Let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go. All right, we're gonna remove this, and this is as simple as this. Shift down. And that is basically the trading range for Tesla. You should not touch, oops. You have no reason to buy unless it's in this zone. You have no reason to sell unless it's in this zone. If it comes to this zone and doesn't break underneath and it goes sideways here and then up, that means the long is confirmed. If it goes sideways here and can't get above and goes sideways and then down, that means the short is above. Your risk to reward ratio will be the highest if you take the long here with the stop loss underneath, your short over here with the stop loss underneath. When I say stop loss, here is your stop loss for the shorts. Here is your stop loss for the long. Trading outside of that range, you're just giving money to the market like a fool. So please make sure you use those levels accordingly. If you guys have any questions or concerns, leave it in the comment section below as always. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with other like-minded individuals. We will be starting to make these videos regularly again. If you are looking for a specific asset, feel free to let me know, and I will make that next video accordingly. I do have a video on Bitcoin coming. I have a video on Ethereum coming. I have a video on Solana coming, as well as a few tech stocks. So yeah, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video with others, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Have a great day. It's great talking to you guys again, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.